JFK Jr. Museum. We've already heard several remarks earlier on today from him on his really final day there in office. We'll take you out to it as soon as it begins. You can see Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin in attendance for this. Plenty of people gearing up to watch the president make these. One of his final remarks, if not the final remarks, as we saw the farewell address earlier this week on Wednesday. Also in Washington, D.C., it is this victory rally for President-elect Trump. A busy day already, and he's not even sworn into office. And I'm talking about the TikTok executive order, as there's an agreement right now as TikTok back live. Despite being banned late last night. So just a 12-hour hiatus or so for that. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but that's what we're monitoring here on Live Now from Fox. And we're also monitoring tomorrow, Inauguration Day, as it is moved from outside into inside due to those frigid temperatures, harsh conditions in our nation's capital. So many parts of this country dealing with that major cold snap moving through. And also we're learning new information courtesy of Fox News saying the military flyover slated for Inauguration Day has been canceled as well, as the announcement comes as D.C. braces for harsh weather, including those frigid temperatures into the teens and also snow. President-elect Donald Trump swearing in moved indoors to the Capitol Rotunda due to the weather, while the inaugural parade will be held at the Capital One Arena. So plenty to get to in terms of this. You can see also a different live look inside of this venue. A campaign-style rally there in our nation's capital ahead of the big rally tomorrow, meaning Inauguration Day. And, of course, you can watch it in full. Inauguration Day 2025, Monday, January 20th. Live coverage begins here on Live Now from Fox at 9 a.m. Eastern. And we'll take you out to all of these major remarks and events there tomorrow morning. All right, I'm Andy Mack. All right, as I mentioned, we're also following the major international news as the ceasefire officially begins between Israel and Hamas, and the first round of hostages returned back to Israel. Let's take you out to some quick remarks from the IDF talking about this earlier today.
The October 7th massacre, our mission has been clear. Bring home all the hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Today, as part of these ongoing efforts, we welcomed home 3 hostages, 3 young women, after 471 days in Hamas captivity. Let me tell you about these 3 young women. Romi Gonen, who turned 24 in captivity. Romi was dancing with friends at the Nova Music Festival when Hamas terrorists invaded and attacked the festival, massacring and abducting young people from around the world who were celebrating peace, love, and unity. Emily Damari, who turned 28 in captivity. Emily, a dual Israeli and British citizen, was abducted by Hamas from her quiet home in Kibbutz Kfar Aza. Terrorists shot and killed her dog and dragged her into Gaza.
Baker report to staff services?
Doc here. Negotiations have failed with the active shooter. Make entry and clear the area.
Got your back.
Element to talk. Wounded civilian stable and prep for evac.
Element, this is Talk. Notifying Thames.
Let's see if we can calm him down first.
Move in, clear the room.
Getting into place.
I'm going!
Good here.
I got nothing here.
Doc to entry team.
This can't be happening.
God!
Nice work, entry team. That's all of them.
They didn't see you.
Tell me where everyone's hiding and I'll go.
The suspect has taken hostages. Team lead is on rogue. Defend yourself. Hostage killed. Pick it up.
We have a civilian
Notifying
down.
Thames.
Moving in tango. Good to go.
Lead to talk.
Element to talk.
Entry team, this is Talk. Notifying trailers. This is Talk. Bad news. We've been ordered to pull back.
Foster, please report to staff training.
Behind you.
Doc reporting. Negotiations have failed with the active shooter. Make entry and clear the area.
Get down! Element of talk. Civilian in critical condition.
This is Doc. Make them stable and proceed with mission.
Get down and put your hands up!
I have to do it. Everything is cuffed and good to go. Lead to talk.
Civilian secured.
Doc to entry team. Trailers incoming. Proceed with caution.
Get
I'll do
down
it,
and
okay?
don't
I'll
move.
do it.
You're gonna be all right.
What
Good
the
to go.
fuck are you doing?
Talk. Civilian, good to go.
Doc to element. Excellent work. Don't stop now. Lead, this is Doc.
I'm not with them, I swear.
Come out now!
Come out with your hands up!
LSPD, come out!
Hands up! Don't move!
How can somebody do this?
Dynamic movement. Move and
Roger.
clear.
Going in! Put your hands up and get down slowly!
Don't move!
Police,
Get
don't
down!
move!
Put your hands up!
Area safe from bomb threat. Great work, entry team.
Let me see those hands! Get down now! Waiting on you, sir. Gotta go! What do we do? Listen, you can still stop this.
Hostage killed. Pick it up. The suspect is taking hostages. Move quickly. A hostage was just executed. They're killing hostages. Move!
Put your hands up!
Ready when you are, sir.
Move and clear.
Ready.
Move in and clear.
Please, let me find my friend! Wait!
They're down!
I'm getting down!
Get the fuck out of here!
Let's go!
What?
I don't want to get shot!
Good here.
You are being actively monitored. Remember your use of force.
Do whatever you want.
Ready.
You have to help me.
This can't be happening.
Let's get it done.
Hey, here!
Dynamic movement. Move and clear.
Confirm.
On me. Move.
I got you.
We need to stay here. We'll make it out of this.
Gonna back it up. Lead to talk. Yeah,
I'll get it.
Dock to element.
Safe.
Notifying medical.
good to go.
Zipped up.
Put your hands where I can see them! Police, get down!
Police, don't move!
Put your hands up now! Arms outstretched! Police, don't move!
All right.
Security got it bagged.
I'll save it. Evidence, good to go.
Zipped up. Evidence secured.
Police, get down! I have to put these on you until we're done. Civilian restraint.
Moving into handcuff. Are you okay?
Dock to entry
Any
team.
injuries?
Trailers are ready.
Civilian, ready to go.
Get down! Civilian's ready. LSPD!
Trailers on the way.
LSPD, get down! Moving into handcuffs.
Don't shoot!
I'll get him.
Stay calm for a minute, all right?
Police, I want to see those hands where I can see them.
Don't
LSPD, hands up.
Civvy is ready.
Get down, don't move. Hands up,
Talk to
don't
lead.
move.
Send them our way.
Get down, slowly. LSPD, don't move. Stay where you are.
Someone's coming to get me!
Get your hands up. Hands up. LSPD. Get down. Put your hands up and get down slowly. Get down. Don't move. Don't move. Hands up. Don't move. Police. Hands up.
LSPD.
LSPD,
Don't move.
Police, show me your hands.
LSPD.
don't move.
Hands up
Hands up
now.
Get down slowly.
LSPD. Don't move. Hands in the
Show
air.
us the front and back
Put your
of your
hands where I
hands.
can see.
LSPD,
Get
don't
down.
Hands up. Don't move.
Police, get down.
Hands up.
LSPD,
don't move.
Hands up now.
Get down and don't
Get
move.
down and put your hands
Arms
up.
outstretched.
LSPD, don't move.
Police, don't move.
Put your hands where I can see them. Police, I want to see those. Evidence civilian comply.
In the
Move
way,
on.
Chief. Making it safe.
Elements, this is Talk. This can't be the example we're setting for the rest of the force from now on. That's a wrap.
Images one more time inside of what I believe is this hospital there as those three hostages returned, those three Israeli hostages returned to their families. You saw them hugging people with different hospital staff as well. But a very moving day, that from Prime Minister Netanyahu, as these three hostages released from Gaza arriving in Israel. They were initially shown with three women walking to Red Cross vehicles in Gaza City, surrounded by a swell of thousands of people, held up cell phones and scrambled into cars. Vehicles were accompanied by masked armed men who wore green Hamas headbands and struggled to guard the handover. President Biden said these hostages appear to be in good health, and you can only imagine what's going through some of their minds. Held in captivity in Hamas for more than 470 days, some taken from the Nova Music Festival, others from other places there in Israel on that terrifying, deadly Hamas attack on October the 7th. And this is also the first day as the ceasefire ushered in an initial 6 weeks of calm and raises hopes for the release of nearly 100 remaining hostages and an end to the devastating 15-month war. So we're following it all. You can see the tears in their eyes of what we were getting in here to our newsroom. All right, I'm Andy Mack. You're on live now from
Yeah,
Fox.
yeah, I was
Let's
talking.
Take a quick minute break.
Apparently, I'm a tard and I can't figure out how to work the mic. So, yeah. For whatever reason, my... Can you hear me now? And cut this volume here. Let's see. Let me see if I can hear myself. Oh, now you can. Something happened with my mic on my Stream Deck controller. Obviously, I haven't streamed in a really long time, so I'm like brushing off the cobwebs and figuring out like what's going on. Here we go. That's why we did this test run here, just to make sure everything's working well. But for some reason, my my Steam Deck Stream Deck rather, switched to I have a button on there that's set up for the mic, and it switched to a different input. I don't know why I did that, but maybe I can fix it. Yeah, man, when you first came into the chat, I said I've been good. I just been working a lot. The corporate grind really got me. Yeah, see the fuck this setting up here. It should be over here. Okay. I think when I updated the Stream Deck controller, it jacked something up. I switched my settings. But anyway, it says no streams in a while, so many press conferences we need to make fun of. Yeah, it's just been working, man. The corporate machine stopping me from doing the things that I want to do, but I don't know. At least they pay me. Look at this Biden thing. This Biden conference is supposed to be taken off. I don't know why it's not. So yeah, Biden's supposed to give his last speech. I want to check that out, and then Trump's gonna have a speech later. That's what I was trying to do there, but unfortunately, that's not what happened. How you been though? Everything been going good?
Are elated to the hostages come home, and we are doing everything we possibly can to give them comprehensive, personalized, and compassionate care. We hope from the bottom of our hearts to see all the captives come home.
Good evening. I'm excited. I'm very, very happy to tell you that this evening the 3 captives that were released arrived here at the Sheba Medical Center.
To be honest, I haven't even got to watch a lot of the news. I pretty much saw Trump won, and then that was it for a real long time.
They are reunited with their families, and we will continue to monitor their clinical condition. This will take a few more days until we complete all the examinations that are needed and treat.
I'm doing well, still trying to get through this thing called life. See, that's where I relate, man. It's a grind. It's a grind for sure. I want to try and find time to come back and do streams. I started making some videos again on my finance channel. I really enjoy this, but working, man. Working really just takes all the energy out of you. Life's great. When you talk about the thing called life, I love life, man. But it's just when all of your hours are taken away from you and you're just tired, you can't really do the things that you enjoy. That's what kills me.
Hospital staff saying these 3 hostages, these 3 Israelis returned home are in stable condition, and they will remain at that hospital for monitoring for the next several days, obviously being held there in captivity for 471 days since that initial October 7th attack. I'm Andy Mack here on Live Now from Fox. We are continuing to watch a pair of live events coming up in South Carolina. President Biden expected to make some remarks there on the really final day.
Yeah, he's supposed to be speaking here.
Term in office, and then also a rally, a campaign-style rally in Washington, D.C. with President-elect Trump on the eve of his inauguration. I'm Andy Mack. We're back after this.
I used to work 80 hours a week. I know that feeling. See, I can't even be complaining, dude. I'm only working 40, 45 hours a week. It's not really that strenuous, man. It's not, I can't complain. It's just, I'd rather be living life, you know? It's not. I like what I do, but man, I wish I could go like part time. That's just not how things work, you know. Back to 45 hours now. It's just 40 miles each way to work during rush hours that get me. Yeah, that's the thing that really kills me too is the traffic. I'm spending about like an hour on a good day, like 40 minutes probably in traffic, just trying to get there. And the people in Florida drive like total idiots. So who is the one that deserves credit for Israel Hamas? I think most people are going with Trump. He's the one that's incoming. No deals were really happening with Biden, even though he's going to try and claim that on his way out. It was Trump that came out and said that they better come to some agreement or at least release hostages before day one of him coming in, which I think actually did make them feel nervous. So, I mean, I'm obviously biased towards Trump a little bit, but I don't see how you can look at that and say that was a Biden win when just think of all the streams that we watched together, all the White House press briefs where Biden's like, yeah, I'm working on it. And then nothing happened, you know? I don't think any of those leaders respected Biden at all. That's just me. So I got to give it to Trump.
Here to discuss what we know at this moment because they change moment to moment. We're going to bring in right now Sarah Krebs, Director of Tech Policy Institute at Cornell. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox, as it is very much a fluid situation. What can you tell us about what's going on right now, this executive order that's expected to go into effect tomorrow with the inauguration of President Trump?
Yeah, no, it is a complicated and fluid.
Oh, here we go. He's back. It's not him yet. But he's coming, I would think, if they're starting this.
Spent some time this afternoon with Michael Allen. Michael and I were initial board members of this museum.
But Biden is taking full responsibility, especially the last few speeches. Yeah, he is. That's what I'm saying. He's going to do that on his way out. But let's be real. That was Trump.
Really out here today. And it feels good. Let us bow our heads. Almighty and everlasting God, we thank you for the blessings of this day. Thank you for your continual kindness and compassion. Thank you for this occasion when we remember and recommit ourselves as we prepare to celebrate the work of a drum major for justice, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. Thank you as well for this opportunity to give thanks for and to recognize the exemplary public service, visionary leadership of President Joe Biden, Dr. Jill Biden, and for their determined but compassionate leadership of all Americans. Bless this occasion. Bless our President and First Lady as they begin.
I'm not getting Monday off for Martin Luther King Day. There's some things where I'm like, man, I miss the military. We used to get all the federal holidays off. I think this year I only get like a handful in the job I'm working. That's just crazy to me.
In the days to come in this America, in a time of uncertainty for many people who want the best for our nation, make us strong advocates. Make us drum majors for justice so that we can work to see that all of God's children are blessed, safe and secure, so that we can see that America indeed moves forward and really becomes the nation that we claim to be. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice, not for some.
My daughter was bragging that she doesn't have school tomorrow, but I also have to work. She got you. She has got you for sure.
Pleasure now in presenting you as I exit the stage, an exemplary educator and a fantastic First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden.
All right, so this is going to be Biden's farewell speech. They just invited his wife up to talk. First, Jill Biden, just to see what she has to say.
Every word of worship with one accord. Every praise is to our God. Sing hallelujah to our God.
I just realized my chat box isn't showing. It's only showing on YouTube. I'm pretty rusty at this, as you can tell. If I can update it.
Thank you.
It'll work.
Aren't they amazing? So it's so good to be back in South Carolina today, where the entire Biden family always feels at home. Joe and I have always been drawn to you, South Carolina. You met us with kindness and incredible warmth here. We found friends and mentors in your cities and your towns. We found respite on your shores. In 2015, when we lost our son Bo to cancer, Joe and I brought our family to the Low Country to find peace. You helped us heal when we had reached life's lowest lows. And it's also here in 2020 where you gave us wings. After healing us, you believed in Joe's courage and conviction to heal our nation. South Carolina made sure that Joe became the 46th President of the United States.
There we go. I brought the chat box back, but I'll probably have to put some background behind it just so we can see it.
Restoring the soul of the nation was never just a soundbite for Joe.
He's done a farewell speech every day this week. It's like the Kiss farewell tour that happens every year. I haven't been able to keep up with anything going on, so this should be the real one because Inauguration Day is tomorrow, so we'll see. I want Joe Biden to say that her and Joe voted for Trump. That would be fantastic. They will never admit that, though.
Extraordinary journey at our last event as your president and first lady. And Joe and I wanted to be with you, our South Carolina family. You've seen us through our proudest mountain time moments and helped us achieve them. And you've been through our side through the hard times and everything in between. Thank you for opening your arms to us. Thank you for carrying us forward with kindness. with our whole hearts. We love you, South Carolina. So let's hear from this wonderful choir, the Voices of Liberation. Thank you, South Carolina.
I guess they're gonna have the choir talk first, or sing rather. Yeah, they're gonna perform. It's live, so unfortunately I can't skip it. I heard that Kamala still has staffers calling for donations still because of her debt. I think I heard something about that too. I don't know if it's legit, but she did run up a huge debt. Somebody's gonna pay for Beyonce, man. Come on. Beyonce's not cheap. She got a hefty fee. They're still going. Wonder how much Trump is paying for all the celebrities at his inauguration. Man, he had a crypto ball. Was it yesterday or the day before? Maybe 2 days ago. A crypto ball where he had like Snoop Dogg out there performing, Rick Ross and Soulja Boy, all these people that he paid for. Looked pretty crazy. I'm really hoping that he is going to have some good crypto regulation on day one, and that's going to spike all of my bags that I have crypto in and make me a shit ton of money. That's the plan. That's the plan. Then I don't have to work. I can just buy a house and stream. I'll just stream, man. That'll be my job. Come on, Trump, do it for me. He saw how much money the Hawktool girl made on her crypto. Yeah, and it just makes me wonder, like, so Trump and whoever else was making this coin, they own 80% of the supply. But if they rug pull the supply of the Trump coin, they're going to look like the Hawktool girl, which obviously that was very bad for her career. So now that he has this crypto that went from like 17 cents all the way up to like $70 when I last looked at it this morning, what's he gonna do? What's the plan? You know, how's he gonna pull it off? Because he can't pull the money out. I guess he could pull a little bit out at a time, but even then, you're gonna have people like CoffeeZilla investigating him and say he's slowly rug pulling on his loyal MAGA fans. You know, so I don't know what's behind that. I guess it's symbolic to say, hey, I have skin in the game with crypto. Who are these guys? What's happening? Bad for her career, good for her bank account. Yeah, I mean, she definitely made millions off of that.
Jim Clyburn.
But how much more would she have made just being a good celebrity or social media person, whatever, influencer, whatever you want to call them? Because she had like a #1 podcast for a while, maybe not #1, #2 or something. She had a podcast that was very highly ranked, which obviously is going to make her a crap ton of money. She had like merch, all these other deals. I'm sure she had sponsors on her podcast and everything. Like, it's good for a quick couple mil, and depending on how much she had to share that with her team, you know. But overall, probably a bad move for her career because nobody likes her anymore.
Hard place. Among my very numerous enjoyments, I said to the congregation this morning at Royal Baptist Church that I call my memoirs Blessed Experiences. I called it that a little bit because of the play on my father's favorite hymn, Blessed Assurance. But also because, as I said in the...
She pumped and dumped and then left. I don't think she's been seen since. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about her. I don't really keep up with her too much to know. The last thing I saw was her on a Discord phone call with her team where they were trying to explain what happened to the price of that token. And she said, I gotta go to bed, guys. And then was just never saw again. Crazy.
Growing up here in Charleston. Now, I was born and reared in Sumter. I finished high school in Camden. Finished college in Orangeburg. Got in my car, and on my way down to Charleston, I stopped off in Monk's Corner and picked up a wife. And we journeyed on here to Charleston. And I began my professional career teaching history over here, just a few blocks away, C.A. Brown High School. One of my students that never could teach anything.
Not bad for a year's worth of work, though. She was a nobody before that soundbite, I think. Yeah, she'll never work again. She's already won. she definitely already won the game of life, but how could her career have kept developing from there? Like, could she have kept investing and having different things, with social media and sponsors, and maybe her podcast actually took off, Probably not. I don't think people really want to hear from her that much, but what if it did? What if she actually was betting on herself and then she made even more money, but now she's kind of ruined her reputation?
This museum by its acronym, IAAM. I am. And I'm still serious about that. Because it has a double meaning. Those of you who may remember how our hero, Martin Luther King Jr., who we are celebrating this weekend, how he died. He died in Memphis, Tennessee, where he was working with garbage workers. Now, those of you who are not as nerdy about history as I am, you may not know exactly what led to that demonstration.
Oh, what are you doing?
The garbage workers were protesting their pay. And they went in to speak to the mayor of Memphis. And the mayor spoke to them in such a way.
But back to Biden, I wonder if he's going to warn us about the incoming oligarchy. Man, I'd like to think that he's going to come in and have a nice transition of power. At this point, there's nothing you can do about it. Trump's going to be president. He should just give it up. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what he has to say. I didn't know they were going to have all these people up here, like the preacher and whoever. But maybe he's next.
You'll see some silhouettes behind me. One of them is that little statuette from Memphis, Tennessee, that's called I Am. And so when we were trying to name this museum, the committee that I put together.
On a good note, this is the last we'll ever see of Biden. As far as policy goes, at least. Like, this is it for him. He's on his way out. No more crazy ass Biden policies. No more letting criminals just get away with things. And I'm hoping we're back on a good direction.
Why I insisted upon getting the votes for that name. Because it's very important for us to understand who and what Dr. King was all about. It was not about who can sit on the right hand or the left hand. It's who was in need on the day that we were to vote on the Affordable Care Act.
Did you see the
went to
video
the mic that
of Carter's
day,
funeral ceremony?
and
I saw clips of it. I saw where Trump was getting along with Obama. I saw the glare that Kamala gave. But outside of that, that's pretty much all I got out of it. Was there something more than that? They really did look like they were getting along, though. It was kind of weird.
of the forms of injustices, the inequality in healthcare is the most shocking and inhumane. I quoted him on that day. And many of you may recall, we voted on that bill late that night. And when we passed the bill and had the signing at the White House, Joe Biden presided over that signing. And he went, after introducing President Obama, he walked up to him and shook his hand.
Kamala has been officially kicked out of the cool kids table. It really does feel like her career is over. Like, this is probably it for her.
And so I'm here today to thank you for...
Which is good. I was not a fan of her. Yeah, she wasn't for me. I saw a lot of angry people on Twitter. Of course, they're all saying that people just didn't want to vote for her because she's black, which is obviously not true. It's that she was a horrible candidate. I saw a lot of angry people saying that white women had let them down for not voting for her, and that the white women didn't get the assignment was the exact phrase that they used. And all of that's racist. It's just racist comments, but you know, that's Twitter. That's how Twitter goes.
Worse in New Hampshire and Wassa in Nevada. I came here with him and I stood before you and I said, I know Joe. Yes. We know Joe. But most importantly, Joe knows us. And he has demonstrated in these...
If she's put out now and Newsom is almost out, who's the front runner in 2028? Who knows, man? I don't think it so much matters who the new person is, as much as I've just came to the realization that there's always going to be a cycle of these really bad politicians. I think that's the bigger issue, is how do we get rid of these people who are completely brain dead? How do you get back to getting rational Democrats? Because if there was rational Democrats, I would be on board. You know, I'm not full Republican. It's just like many people have said, I was probably pushed more to be a Republican because of how brain dead most of the Democrats were. That's pretty much what it came down to. I think your natural Democrats have a lot of good qualities. I think they do. They care about things. They care about the world. They care about people getting proper justice and all those good things, man. I think there's a lot of redeeming qualities. I just think the way they go about it doesn't work.
Beautiful thing you could see. I saw it 2 nights ago, 1 o'clock in the morning after my flight was 8 hours delayed. So I saw it and the lights were bright and I could see it, and I remarked to Virginia, I said, this is a beautiful sight. None of it would have been possible but for Joe Biden.
Well, this guy's full of shit.
To Columbia, you got to slow down half of the way. Well, in half of that trip, you see signs. They may say men working, but I'm politically correct today, people working. Because of Joe Biden. He looked beyond our zip codes. He looked beyond the color of the state, not red state or blue state. He did not win the state of South Carolina, but he has benefited the state to the tune that nobody since Lyndon Johnson has been able to do. That's why we're here. But he saw that we had to treat infrastructure the same way for the internet that we do for the interstate.
The way this guy speaks is why people fall asleep in church. Yeah, I'm bored of him already. Just get him off stage. Get out of here.
And he said to me, by this time next year, every single home, every single business will be connected to the internet. Why? Because of Joe Biden.
He's talking about people being connected to the internet. We're a little bit past that, bro.
He saw that this country that gave the world a chip sat around and allowed 95% of all the chips to be made overseas. He thought there was something wrong with that. So he passed the Chips and Science Act, bringing those jobs back to this country.
That's a Kamala talking point, and he's still running with it. Again, is there no one connected to the internet? Yeah, everybody's connected to the internet. I don't know what he's talking about. Everybody has a phone. I don't know, like, I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's just kind of senile and getting up there.
Country. Joe Biden. Chips and Science.
So it just hit me that we're never going to have another White House press brief with, what's her face? Forgetting her name. It's over. What's she going to do? Where's she going to go? What's her name? I forgot. White House press brief chick. Let me see. Karine. What are we going to do without Karine? Damn, you know she was born in 1974? I thought she was like way younger than that. She looks pretty good for her age. After Trump won, I wonder how those were going. I wonder what she had to say about that. I saw her last one. KJP wore the ugliest outfit like usual. That's her thing, man. It's her trademark, is to try and look weird. Let me see what she wore. Press brief archives. Will that show me? Press brief by, yeah, January 15th was the last one. Hey, I was born in 1977. Well, hopefully you look half as good as she does, because I would have thought she was like, I don't know, in her 30s probably. 40s. This is the... Let me go to their YouTube channel and see what she looked like. Where is it? There we go. White House press briefing. Videos. Oh, they don't post the videos in the video section. They only do the lives, I think. President Biden. Oh, yeah, the green one you're talking about. This green thing right here. Here, I'll bring it up. This guy's being born anyway.
He passed the packet.
Silence. This green outfit right here.
All have just heard the terrific news from the president that after 15 months of war, Israel and Hamas have reached a ceasefire and hostage.
What in the Legends of Zelda is she wearing here, bro? What is this? I think she's trolling people with the outfits that she wears. Again, she looks really good for her age if she was born in 1977, but I don't know what's going on with her outfit. She always wears the weirdest outfits. This is like a medieval tunic. That's what that is. Still no Trump. Just this guy speaking.
It covers all your family, your children, and your spouse. That's the kind of guy Joe Biden is. The most compassionate public servant that I've ever worked with. Yes, he saw what was happening to families who had gotten in over their heads in debt after borrowing $50,000 and $60,000 to get their education because of COVID-19 and compounded interest and the criminal activity of some of these lenders. They were now paying more than 20 years and still owed more than the original loan was for. He forgave those loans. He would have gone further if the Supreme Court was compassionate and passionate. I can go on and on about Joe Biden.
I bet you could.
I love Joe Biden.
I bet you do.
But most importantly, Joe Biden loves me. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring to the stage
Joe Biden?
two guys.
Oh, hell.
One already here, who are in love with each other. Look out, Jill. Joe Biden.
Who? There we go. All right, so this is going to be Joe Biden's farewell address. This is going to be the last speech you're ever going to have to hear about President Biden coming out. They got some music going on, so I don't want to be demonetized, but this is it. This is our President Biden here. He is Dunskies, and they got the choir going here. Okay. Do you think they told this guy to slow down his speech because Biden was needing his diaper changed? To be completely serious, I am glad that we're going to have a president that can actually communicate. Even if you don't like his opinions, his thoughts, whatever, having Biden wander around is embarrassing. I'm just being real. Like, that was the way he's standing here right now. You can see him. This is embarrassing to me. Like, he's not there. You know, it's just, I don't know, man. I just can't do it. There we go.
Mr. President, I've got a little gift here for you. That's the way we do it down here in the Low Country.
You already gave me a gift.
No, that was an investment. That was an investment. Mr. President, I got a little gift for you. Now, this gift, I want to tell you a little bit about it, is a profound reflection of our nation's history, acknowledging both the tragedy of oppression and the enduring triumphant spirit of resilience and achievement. It celebrates the extraordinary contributions of African Americans, honoring the past while embracing the promise of a brighter future, which your presidency, your 50-plus years of public service, have reminded us. On the historic occasion of the first visit by a United States president to the International African American Museum, I am, to the sacred site of Gadsden.
I was worried. I was just worried about Biden's stature, or how Biden's stature was perceived by the world. No world leader was afraid of him. Yeah, me too. He seems like he needs a nap. That's the only thing that worried me here. You know, him wandering around the stage, being confused all the time, not communicating well. It's just not a good look. It really is not a good look for people.
President of the United States.
I think we saw that with Netanyahu and how that deal wasn't accomplished. Now, I think in this speech, when he comes out and he actually starts talking, he's going to take credit for getting these hostages out. But we all know it wasn't a Biden accomplishment. We really do.
My family, my significant other, there's those three girls there.
I know those two girls.
Angela's been crying all day. On behalf of them, at least two of your cabinet members here, Administrator Regan, and of course, my almost homeboy, Secretary Lloyd, and all of these people from all over South Carolina and some outside of the state. I know I met some folks from New Jersey back there. We want to present to you with this extraordinary gift, crafted by the hands of skilled Charleston artisans. This award is framed by the timeless art of sweetgrass weaving, a tradition rooted in African-American culture and maintained in the Low Country through Gullah Geechee traditions. The plank is made of wood carved from a Carolina maple tree dating back to the early 1800s. This reclaimed wood comes from land where enslaved individuals labored. These two things are now blended into this powerful symbol of resilience and that word that you share with me so often, hope. Mr. President.
God love you, man.
Awkward. They're gonna sing again? Why? This is why I don't do musicals. Look at his goofy face.
Thank you, my Lord. What a day.
All right, here we go.
Well, thank you. I tell you, I love Jim. Jim, I want to thank you. You're the best friend anyone could have. I really mean it. You're incredible. And thank you, Liberation Choir. You are incredible. You know, you capture the spirit of what St. Augustine of my church said. He said, singing is praying twice. Well, you're praying 4 times. Now, I apologize for my back. Stand there and you're chilly and... All right. Oh, God love you. You know, Jim, as I said, you're one of the best friends anybody could have. You're a student of history.
teacher of history, this museum of history is one of your dreams. And Mayor Joe Riley, I don't know where Joe is. Joe is incredible. Joe, you, another dear friend who had the vision and fortitude to make this museum a reality. Reverend Joe Darby, God love you. Thank you. Thank you for your friendship and your fellowship. And Dr. Tanya Matthews, who's just part of the official delegation, I took a trip to Angola because we're starting something major in Africa, and I wanted her to come along. I want to thank you very much and your fellow leaders here at the museum, including one of the great American landscape artists, Walter Hood, who makes work here study breathtaking. I'd like to also thank two outstanding members of my cabinet. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, one of the best appointments ever made in my career.
That dude was terrible.
He not only a warrior,
just throwing that out there.
As big as his head, he's an incredible man. No, you are, Lloyd. You're first rate. And Administrator of Environmental Protection Agency, Michael Regan. Michael. Our extraordinary leaders and patrons and friends here. I want to thank you all, distinguished guests. Before I go any further, though, I do want to introduce my family. The love of my life and the life of my love, my daughter, Ashley Biden. Stand up, Ashley. Ashley's a social worker protecting abused women in Philadelphia. God love you, kid. And my son, Hunter Biden, the smartest man I know. And my grandson, named after his uncle, Bo's not here, Bo Biden. And that beautiful lady sitting next to Hunter is his wife. And guess what? She's from South Africa. Look, folks, as Jill and I shared, we felt that the power of prayer for so many of you across South Carolina has made a big deal for us. It's been a big deal for us, for real. That's why at our last full day in office, we wanted to be here with you in South Carolina. We started this morning in church to reflect on the power of faith in God and each other and our democracy. Here at this museum, we reflect on the power of history, redeeming the soul of a nation. I'm honored to be here and just toured this sacred ground, just as I toured another museum last month in Angola. In the wind and the waves, we could hear them. We could hear them. The young women and men, born free in the highlands of Angola, only to be captured, bound, and forced in a death march by slave traders in the year 1619. The start of a 250 years of slave trade across Africa and the Caribbean to the shores of America. The start of America's original sin. They were baptized into a foreign faith against their will. Their names were changed against their will. Condemned to slave ships bound for what they call the Middle Passage between Africa and America. Many did not survive the journey, and the many who did survive arrived in Charleston, excuse me, Gadsden Wharf, along the Cooper River. When their feet touched this land, iron shackles literally dug into their skin. They were forced to build an 840-foot wharf, the largest single port of entry for enslaved people in American history. And standing here, we hear them again in the wind and the waves, their pain, their fear, their anguish. But we also hear something else, their faith to survive, their faith in each other, their faith to hope pass through generations. This museum is so important because it embodies the trauma and the triumph of the African-American experience. And it embodies the truth that Black history is American history. Black culture is American culture. And while there are those who want to erase history, some injustices are so heinous that they can never be buried, no matter how hard people try. We must know the good, the bad, and the truth about who we are. That's what great nations do. And we're a great nation. We're unique among nations. Our nation is not based on religion, ethnicity, or geography, or some ethnic component. We're the only nation in the world, the only one, history of the world, built on an idea. The idea was we're all created equal and deserve to be treated equally throughout our lives. Standing here, we know we've never fully lived up to that idea, but we've never walked away from it either. From slavery to emancipation, from the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement, from the reckoning on race today, there's been a long line of black patriots who've helped make the promise of America real for all Americans, who have helped us become the nation we say we are and want to be. And as my presidency comes to an end, I know how it started because of this movement. As we celebrate his life this weekend, I think of the deep influence Dr. King had on me as I was a kid coming out of school. I think about the people I grew up with as a lifeguard in the East, they call the bucket in Wilmington, and the projects. I was the only white guard, lifeguard, 19 guards there because I wanted to be part of the community. That's the guys I played ball with. East side of Wilmington, there was a guy named Mouse. Mousy was a good man. Mousy got a little trouble when he was younger. Mousy became my friend. We had faith in him. He became the leader of the NAACP in Delaware.
There's just something about this dude. I'm not excited about a Biden speech.
But I think about all of you and so many people across the country of every race and background who have
He's just not charismatic at all.
the soul of this nation together. That's what this is about. Time and again, I've seen people open their hearts and change their minds and join hands and continue building the America of our shared dreams. I've tried to be a link between our history and our future, between our dreams and possibilities. I had the honor of serving with the first black president, the first woman vice president. Let me say, Kamala Harris is an incredible leader, and I'm grateful for her partnership and the hope and aspiration she represented for so many people.
I don't think so, dude.
Together, we kept our commitment to have an administration that looks like America and taps into the full talents of America. I guaranteed we'd have an administration that looked like America. We had more women in the cabinet, more African Americans, including the first black Secretary of Defense and a man of great honor. First black chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. We entered office facing one of the toughest periods in our history. We came out sooner by doing the work to beat the pandemic, to build the strongest economy in the world with some of the most significant investments ever made in all of American history, particularly for black America, to address the sting of systemic racism and advancing racial equality in all we do, including executive action and police reform, to protect fundamental rights and freedoms, from the freedom to vote to the freedom to choose, to reassert America's leadership in the world, including our intense efforts that led to the release of hostages and a ceasefire war in Gaza and the end of the war between Israel and Hamas. A lot of people said we couldn't do it, but this community knew we could do it. In front of the White House, built by an enslaved people, we celebrated Juneteenth, a federal holiday that I named, and introduced the first black woman on the United States Supreme Court. And by the way, she's smarter than those guys. A promise I made here in South Carolina, I can go on, but the point is, we're proving that by remembering our history, we can make history. But we know the battle for the soul of America continues. In this moment of strength of our institutions and democracy, the presidency, the Congress, the courts, a free and independent press, and yes, our institutions and our communities like this museum, they matter more than ever. To tell the truth of our nation, to stand up to what my dad said the worst of all sins was the abuse of power, and ensure everyone gets a fair shot. That's what it's all about. To understand the journey of our democracy is difficult and ongoing, and the distance is short between peril and possibility. But we got to keep going. We owe it to all those who came before
this
us
country
here on these waters, and all those who are going to come after. Folks, there's so much we can do. We've got to stay involved. We've got to stay engaged. Let me close with where I started. My gratitude for all you've done for me. But most of all, for all you've done for our nation. Scripture says, I've been young and now I'm old, yet I've never seen the righteous forsaken. After all these years working alongside you, I have not seen the righteous forsaken. I love you all. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. My family owes you. We owe you. The nation owes you. May God keep the faith, and may God bless the souls of sacred place. God bless America.
All right, well, that's it. He didn't say anything about Trump. The Trump rally did start, though.
And all these hours to get in here today. As Stephen Miller said, we have 20 hours until our long national nightmare is over. We're almost there.
20 hours.
By the way, Stephen Miller, if
until
you like
crypto
what
regulation
Trump did at the border,
and Trump makes us all rich again.
the magic behind the man. And he's back, thank God. Him and Tom Homan together. Oh. The goodness, Scott Pressler, good to see you. The goodness that is about to rain down on us after Trump is inaugurated tomorrow is already starting, and I've got to tell you, I am so pumped up about it. Things are already happening in anticipation of Trump being sworn in, like Facebook and McDonald's getting rid of their DEI programs.
That's true.
Good for you, McDonald's workers. Looking at you, Kamala Harris. Really? No, not really. Wasn't true. You got universities from University of Michigan to North Carolina to all the public universities in Iowa, all the public universities in Texas getting rid of DEI. You have got, yes, you've got a bill that passed the House this week, the Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act. Yes. Now, it passed once before, but this time we control the Senate. We have a much better shot. Still have to get 60 votes to get a vote. We're looking good. You've got a judge who struck down Joe Biden's disgusting changes to Title IX, which has been stopped in its tracks, and it will be killed entirely, those changes, as soon as Trump gets in there. Have no doubt whatsoever. Good things are happening all around the country. Pete Hegseth was testifying this week that military recruiting is already going up in anticipation of their new commander-in-chief. The deal in Gaza, right before Trump takes office, as he said, if it's not done by the time I get there, all hell is going to break loose. The goodness just keeps on coming. I woke up this morning, I was 2 inches taller, a pound thinner, and I had skin like Jennifer Lopez.
Well.
That last one's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of J-Lo, how happy are you that her candidate lost? It's so delightful. These Hollywood celebrities who get up there and try to tell us how to vote, really? I mean, like those celebrities who know nothing about anything. All J-Lo knows about what to do is to ruin marriages. She's an expert at that. Why does she have to try to ruin the country too? So goodbye, J-Lo, didn't work out for you. Goodbye, Meryl Streep, who showed up at that Oprah event saying, "Oh, Madam President," to Kamala Harris, "Madam President." How'd that work out? About as well as her comment that Harvey Weinstein was God. And maybe we should stop listening to her. Maybe we shouldn't be going to her for our political advice. And then you had Oprah herself. Oprah, she'll interview you if you pay her $1 million too. Yeah,
The
so
figure.
we have $1 million to sit down with Oprah Winfrey, apparently. That's what the Harris campaign paid her production company, she says. And for that, you know what you get? You get Oprah yelling at you, "Kamala Harris!" Why are you doing that? Calm down, madam. Didn't work out for her either. But of course, the fakest person involved on that side of the aisle was the woman at the top, Kamala Harris herself. Thank you, who pretended that she wasn't the border czar, who pretended that she was middle class, who pretended that she was smart. And the American people did not buy it. Every time you turned around, this woman was doing something faker than the last, right? Her like fake Jamaican accent, her fake Eastern European accent, her fake Spanish accent. It was like spending a day at Joe Biden's southern border. Non-stop, right? We gonna win. It's not how it went, right? But my favorite was the preacher accent. Joy cometh in the morning. She wasn't wrong about that. It came at about 1:22 a.m. on election night when the election was called for Donald J. Trump.
Damn. That's crazy.
I felt it. I've been thinking so much about Trump, especially today and this week. I know you have too. Praying for him, praying for his family, thankful to them. I mean, think about it. I interviewed Trump about a year plus ago and asked him, why are you doing this? You could be in Scotland, you could be at your golf courses. It's because he loves the country. And he wasn't done yet. And we're not done with him. So God bless him and the family for making this sacrifice and doing public service. Same with J.D. Vance and the cabinet members, all of whom need our prayers and support. But I'm also thinking of all of you. I'm thinking about you, I'm thinking about Americans who got us here. Because the things that Trump is accomplishing already, some of the things I mentioned in anticipation of him taking office, that ball got rolling, yes, with Trump, but also with regular American people who stood up here, there, and everywhere to make a difference in their own communities. I'm thinking about people like Jody Shaw. You probably don't know that name. But Jody Shaw was an administrative worker at Smith College. She didn't make a lot of money, single mom, 2 kids. And in late 2020, early 2021, she had had it with the DEI nonsense at Smith. So she made a Facebook video and she posted it. And little Jody Smith, who is sweet and quiet and not one to shake the tree, said, "I don't want to be forced to talk about my race at work anymore. I don't want to be told that I have implicit bias because I'm white. I don't want to have to enforce segregated dorms. Please stop making me do this." And Smith unleashed holy hell on her. Smith, this super tolerant college, okay, made it, she alleged later, untenable for her to stay. She got forced out of her job. And I'm honestly not sure whether Jody's fully recovered. So she got hurt. And she got hurt for all of you and for us and for the rest who are at Smith. She's a hero. Jody Smith is a genuine hero for doing this. But it wasn't just Jody. I mean, I'm thinking about people like Andrew Gutman, who had a daughter at a posh school on the Upper East Side of Manhattan and pulled her, but he didn't go quietly. He wrote a scathing letter, ripping them to shreds for what they're doing to us with this race essentialism nonsense. He went out with a bang and he made sure other parents knew what the problem was. Jason Riley of the Wall Street Journal, you may see him on Fox News sometimes, and his wife Naomi Schaefer Riley, who pulled their mixed race daughters from a school in Rye, New York. and made a point of doing it because that school thought that their mixed-race daughters were desperate to talk about their blackness all the time, and they found out the hard way those kids really just wanted to learn math. These battles are being won piece by piece, one at a time. And there are so many others. I'm thinking about the 14-year-old girls in Wisconsin who had an 18-year-old guy come in there naked into their showers after gym. I'm thinking about the young woman in Massachusetts who just wanted to play field hockey and suddenly got all of her teeth knocked out because a boy played for the other team posing as a girl. How do we know about these stories? Because people were outraged. Citizens went to the news, they went to their principals. Girls spoke out one by one and got the ball rolling on change. And change is coming. All of you wearing the MAGA hats. It used to be an act of civil disobedience, right? Yes, sir, defiance of a registered order that didn't want to hear from you. But wearing that hat for much of the past 8 years has been an act of courage, too. And I know just because you're here, that you had your moments in your own communities, whether it was online or at the bowling alley or at the restaurant or at school, where you stood up for one of these same issues, where you had to tell somebody you didn't want to be reduced to skin color, where you said, I prefer the days when we didn't make a thing out of that, where you had to tell somebody that boys cannot become girls and girls cannot become boys. Those battles, one after the other, have been fought, and this anti-DEI momentum has been built brick by brick, thanks to all of you. And you who listened to Donald Trump, who, when a reporter asked him at a presidential debate in 2015 about some of the language he used, responded by saying, "What I say is what I say. And if you don't like it, too bad." That was more than just a quick comeback. That was a reminder of what America is. In America, we have the right of free speech. We have the right to offend, to provoke, to annoy, and to stand up for what we believe in, even if you find it controversial. We have the right not to use the words you try to force on us, like your preferred pronouns or words like anti-racist or chest feeding. We are reminded of that daily by President Trump, who would never bow to the woke mob. Just ask Brett Kavanaugh, who will be swearing in J.D. Vance tomorrow as he, Kavanaugh, sits in his robes as an Associate Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. So I thank all of you for being part of the Trump movement and for bringing these changes upon us and for bringing Donald Trump back into the office. And a reminder before I go, stay strong. We haven't won the war. We're winning. We won a bunch of battles, but he's gonna need all of you every step of the way. We're gonna have to be patient. We're gonna have to steel our spines. Do not bend. Never bow. What I say is what I say. God bless you. God bless President Trump. God bless the United States of America.
A dog is going crazy. They just kicked on some music, so I have to mute it. What are they playing? AC/DC. That sounds like some Trump music. So he's supposed to come out here and talk at 5, I think. But they're usually pretty late. Yeah, they're usually never on time. At least for all of his rallies, he never came out on time. What are we gonna do while I wait for this? Yep. Definitely some AC/DC going on there. I'm gonna go back to playing this game while I wait.
Officer Kelly, please report to staff training. Officer Kelly, report to staff training.
Let me see. Where are you? Dragging it. They're bringing someone else out. Not anyone I really care about, though. Alright. Let me try this again.
Entry team, this is Talk.
All right.
Status of the active
Switch to
shooter
full
threat
auto.
is currently unknown.
Turn the flashlight
Move in
on.
and secure the area quickly.
I always forget to turn the flashlight on for some reason. But I think there's an effect where you can kind of blind your opponent if you hit him in the face with this. So I'm gonna turn that on and enter the building here.
Element of talk.
This guy. Pop this way again.
Stabilize them and we'll send EMTs.
Oh, damn. Got him. Alright, cool. Move in. Blood everywhere. Then up top. Okay, cool. Let's go. Civilian. What we got?
Get down on your knees. I got it.
Let's check this room real quick. Found the bomb.
Civilian ready for transport.
Talk reporting. Trailers en route. Element, this is Talk.
Alright, alright. Nobody there. Come in here. It's a civilian. And I'm gonna go down this hallway this time. I think there isn't anybody in there. Civilian, but the bomb is here. Check the corner. Nothing. Okay.
Put your hands up and get down slowly. Get your hands up.
Let's get the bomb.
LSPD, hands up.
God damn it.
Alright, cool.
Work, entry
Got the
team.
bomb.
That's all of them.
And that door is a little bit sketchy. I don't know why it's open like that, but okay.
They just killed a hostage.
I think they're over
killing
there.
hostages.
Let's go in there.
Move.
Open up. Oh yeah, that. I don't think that was doors. I'm gonna shoot anyway. I don't know where this is coming from. Okay, okay. We hit through here. Nothing. Down the corner.
Put your hands where I can see them. Police, get down.
Alright. Clearly that's a hostage.
Moving into handcuff.
Hostage killed. Pick it up.
Damn.
Civilian is ready.
Get out of there now!
Kick the door
Talk
open.
here. Trailers incoming.
LSPD, don't move.
We got. He must have went downstairs.
Move quickly. A hostage was just executed.
I don't know where that came from. Maybe in here.
Down on the ground now.
Alright, let's bust in.
Watch the stairs.
This door's open at least.
Civilian is down.
Talk report.
Yeah, he
You're
killed him
concerned
here.
that a hostage has been killed. Hurry, entry team. There are lives
Oh, I
on the
almost
line.
killed that
Watch.
dude.
LSPD, don't move.
That was both civilians there.
Come out and get down. I got you. Don't worry. Get down now.
Kick in this door.
Talk. Civilian ready for transport.
Entry team, this is Tom. Beauty. Keep them coming.
Where this guy is.
We just lost a
Oh,
hostage.
he's probably in
Pick up
here.
the pace.
Oh. Let's check this room over here. Nope.
Hands up. Don't move. Get down and put your hands
You gotta be down here. Yep. Damn. Oh, hell.
Put your hands up now.
Wait. Got him.
Got one down.
Element, this is
Where'd
Tom.
the other guy go?
Proceed with mission.
He ran down here.
Gonna pack it up.
Civilian ready to go.
Secured.
Civilian good to go.
This is Talk. We're ready for
Ran
him.
off.
Talk to entry team. Proceed with mission.
Got them all zipped up.
I'll zip it up.
We gotta find this guy.
Got it bagged.
You running here?
Hands up.
Yep.
I got it.
Got him. And that's how you do it.
Talk to lead. Situation is diffused. With that
Need you to
said,
slide
there
over.
are no words for the display put on by this team today. Absolutely abysmal.
They're bringing out Dana White. I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, I'm bring him over. This one. There we go. And maximize. Just put the volume on.
But President Trump was the first Republican candidate in 20 years to win the popular vote. He also made major gains among traditionally Democrat voters by increasing his support with Latin, Asian American, Black, and young voters. So what does that tell us? Democracy is alive and well in this country. And the people have spoke loud and clear. America wants President Trump back in the White House. Think about this. Winning this election after everything that's happened over the last few years is an amazing achievement and an incredible comeback story. Think of all the things President Trump had to go through to get back here. All the powerful forces that tried to take him down. The mainstream media, partisan prosecutors, assassins. It's absolutely insane what this man has been through. And only President Trump could have fought through all those obstacles, all the attacks, and still come out the winner. But you know what? That's just what he is. This guy is a winner. And I say this all the time. He is the toughest, most resilient person that I've ever met, and nothing was going to stop him from fighting so hard for the country he loves. He embodies what being an American is all about. We are the toughest, most resilient people on earth. And nothing can stop us when we unite. To all those Americans who didn't vote for President Trump, and all they know about him is what they hear from the mainstream media, I just want to let you know, he has been an incredibly loyal friend to me for over 2 decades. And not once has he ever asked me for anything in return. And he's proven again and again how tough he is, but he's also a man who truly cares about people. Everything great that has ever happened to me in my career, he's been the first one to reach out and congratulate me. And more importantly, in the hard times, he's been the first one to reach out and let me know if there's anything I need. And all this during a time when he had a laundry list of his own problems he was dealing with. He is the best human being that I have ever known. So America, it's time for us all to put our differences aside, and we can't do that if we continue to focus on all the issues that divide us instead of all the issues that unite us. The fate of this country is tied to the fate of the president. So if you love America, you should want America's president to be successful. If he strengthens our economy, resolves conflict around the world, and makes our streets safe again, we all win.
No shit.
When America's president is respected around the world, we all win. When America succeeds, we all win. Now it's time for us to come together as one nation, the United States. This moment will be a turning point in our history and a triumph for all Americans. Tomorrow, when Donald J. Trump is sworn in as the 47th President of the United States, the great comeback story begins and our country starts winning again. Thank you, America!
Ow, they would do me like that. They brought out the music again. Just trying to get me demonetized. I don't know who they're about to bring out, but I wonder if they have like a listing of people. Let me look. Let's see if there's a Trump rally. The daytime. I don't know who was all supposed to be here. Someone said there was like musical performances and stuff too. Who knows though? Yeah. Time. There's agenda, maybe? Agenda. There we go. Oh, he's gonna bring his kids out, I guess. Oh, hell. The music again, though. The damn music. But they should be coming out, I would think. Oh, yeah, here they come. All right, guys, come on.
I want to do the Pledge of Allegiance, which they do every single night. You guys want to take it away?
Does the Pledge of Allegiance with his kids every night.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
America.
That's real America, ladies and gentlemen. That's America. That's what we love about this country. And guys, we as a family love you so much. This is the greatest political movement ever created. And you know what, guys? They tried to stop him. They tried to indict him. They tried to take him down. They raided his home. They went after his children. They tried to bankrupt him. They tried to imprison him. They did everything they could to stop this movement, and they failed. And here we are in Washington, D.C. on this beautiful day, and Donald J. Trump is about to take back the White House. And guys, our country is back. Our country will be respected again. We as Americans will be proud again. America will be feared again. We are gonna have the greatest nation on earth. The nonsense ends, the bullshit ends right now. We love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you for having me be such a big part of this journey. I'll truly never ever forget it. Thank you guys, we love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, less than 24 hours from now, we will call Donald Trump President of the United States of America.
I have no idea who she is. Is that his wife, I guess?
It's not just what we worked for over the past year or even over the past 4 years. It started the second. A bold, brash businessman from New York City came down the golden escalator in Trump Tower 9.5 years ago, and people said it was impossible. And yet that man is the one who will save not just our country, but will save the entire world. And so I just want to quickly say thank you. Thank you guys for continuing, despite all you heard out there, to believe in Donald Trump, to stand by our family throughout this fight. Thank you for trusting me to be your co-chair of the Republican National Committee. I hope I did you proud. I made promises all over this country when I went and spoke, and I said, you're not going to cheat in this election. And they got upset when I said something around the lines of, if you are a person who wants to cheat in our election, we will find you, we will track you down, and we will prosecute you to the full extent of the law. So I said it louder next time. And this was a free, fair, and transparent election, and if there's one thing I am proud of, it's that we restored the American people's faith in our electoral system this election in 2024. We didn't do it alone. I see someone directly in front of me, Scott Pressler, who helped on that front as well. But thank you guys. This has been the honor of all of our lifetimes, to be here and fight alongside of all of you to save this country. The dawn of the golden era of America is tomorrow, right here, starting in Washington, D.C. God bless you guys. We love you. And we are almost there, folks. Thank you, guys.
Hello, America! I have to ask, has anyone ever been this excited for Monday morning to roll around?
If you're gonna pump my crypto bags, then
It's
yes.
like Christmas, Easter, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, my birthday, all wrapped up into one special day where we can take back our country once and for all. But guys, we could not have done this without all of you. Those who stood steadfast and loyal, who wanted to fight for that next generation, to fight for the incredible aspects of this country that have been squandered, that have been crapped on, that have gone by the wayside. No more. That ends tomorrow at noon.
Noon,
Now,
okay.
Perhaps, unfortunately, it took the last 4 years of hell that they put my father through, that they put our family through, that they put all of you through for us to fully understand just how fragile everything we believe in is. But I truly believe the opportunity we have now to start anew, not to keep the old administration from 16 to 20, the bad actors and the can kickers and those who are just trying to wait it out till we get back to normal. But now, with the knowledge of that 4 years, in conjunction with the knowledge of the last 4 years, we can truly make a difference forever. When you look at this cabinet, when you look at the fighters, you see people who truly all believe in the America First movement, and that's what this is about. Putting America first, putting our families first, putting the Constitution first, and putting our children first. So with that, I have to introduce a young lady, my oldest daughter, Kai. Pretty good, Kai, I don't know. With that kind of applause in the Trump family, it creates some problems. But she was with me. She was with me when we found out about my father, her grandfather, and best golfing buddy was shot. And she called me the next morning and said, "Dad, I must speak at the RNC this week. I don't care." And I said to her, "Are you sure you want, your first speech ever, you wanted to be in front of 50,000 people and tens of millions on TV?" And she goes, "I don't care." So I called my dad. I said, "Listen, she wants to do this." And he goes, "Whoa, That's a big one. And he just said, you know what, that kid is an absolute winner, let her do it. And that, again, is the fight that we all need in our country. That's what we want for all of our children. So with that, my daughter Kai.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for the support for the past decade, and we're looking forward to the next 4 years, and God bless America. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, guys. You are the best. No one will fight harder than my father for all of you. There is no more resilient man in the world than Donald Trump. Every time they tried to take him out, every time they said he was finished and we're moving on, he came back bigger, better, stronger than ever before. And this one, this next 4 years, with this incredible team that we've assembled, is going to be the pièce de résistance. This is going to be it. We're going to win for all of you. So thank you, and God bless.
All right, let me grab this dog real quick. All right, is Trump out here? He coming? Where is he? He's still playing the dumb song. You'd think he'd be like right after his kids. Maybe his wife comes out before that, but who knows?
For luck, dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself. With a smile, you could be the hero.
Well, it's gonna be a minute. So, yeah.
Lieutenant Carter, please call deck.
I don't know how long it's gonna take for Trump to come out there, but I kept the window down there just so I can keep an eye on it.
Got your back.
Alright, here we go.
Lead, this is Talk. The active shooters aren't willing to cooperate. Move in.
Hands on your head. Do it now. Time for this. Lead the talk. Civilian incapacitated.
Entry team, this is Talk. Notifying Sam.
Don't move.
I'll get him ready. You're gonna be okay.
Don't.
Put your hands up and get down slowly! We're police. Are you
Talk
hurt?
here. Send him.
Shit. Good to go.
Lead the talk.
Hands in the air.
Good to go. Police, hands up.
Lead, this is Talk. Trailers en route.
Got him. That was a quick one.
Element to talk. Contact is down.
Talk to Element. Continue with your mission. Talk to lead.
Okay, okay.
I got it.
Securing. Suspect. Making it safe.
Me and Antonio were getting coffee. The shots ran over.
Move in and clear it. Affirmative. Put that fucking...
Hopefully it doesn't shoot me from behind. Yep. Damn.
Nothing. LSPD!
That's all bombs disabled. Great job.
Alright, now I'm like mostly dead. Great.
Police, get down! I can't go.
are, sir.
Oh, there he goes. Trump's actually coming down. Getting ready to watch him. He's gonna take a minute though. It always takes time.
God damn it. Fall in behind me.
On you.
Got it.
There you go.
I have to do this. I'll get him ready.
There's still more people. Not everyone made it out.
Civvy is ready.
He's ready.
This is talk. Trailers ready.
I don't want to hear
Civvy
it.
is ready.
Lead to talk.
This is talk.
Civilian is
Trailers standing by.
Alan's got it back.
Alright, I'm gonna close this because Trump's coming out.
Talk to lead.
It's back over here. I can watch what's going on. Oh. Check the volume. Alright, so this is going to be Trump's pre-inauguration speech.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We won. We won.
Damn. Just like that. We won, guys.
Thank you very much, everybody. What a good feeling. We like winning, don't we, huh? We're going to make our country greater than ever before. Hello, Washington, and hello, America. We're all over America. I'm thrilled to be back with so many friends, supporters, and true American patriots on the eve of taking back our country. That's what we're going to do, take back our country. Tomorrow at noon, the curtain closes on 4 long years of American decline, and we begin a brand new day of American strength and prosperity, dignity and pride. Bringing it all back. Once and for all, we're going to end the reign of a failed and corrupt political establishment in Washington, a failed administration. We're not going to take it anymore. We're going to stop the invasion of our borders. We're going to reclaim our wealth. We're going to unlock the liquid gold that's right under our feet, liquid gold.
Talk about crypto.
We're going to bring back law and order to our cities. We're going to restore patriotism to our schools, get radical left, woke ideologies the hell out of our military and out of our government. And we are going to make America great again. I want to thank the tens of thousands of incredible men and women who have come from all over the nation to take part in this very special moment. And I just heard in watching some of the coverage that there are rallies like this taking place all over the country. People are happy. People are happy. It's been a long time. None of this would have been possible without you and the millions of hardworking citizens who have joined our cause. You know, right over there, just noticed a group of beautiful ladies, beautiful women from North Carolina, right here, too.
I don't know how the hell they've been to 167 rallies. You believe it? You think their husbands are happy about that? I don't know. But they look beautiful. They're incredible people, and they love our country. Thank you very much. And up here, I see we have front row Joes all over the place. Uncle Sam, Mr. Wall. Oh, boy, oh, boy. But we've been through so much together, and for the next 4 years, I will fight for you every single day. We're going to be fighting for you. This is the greatest political movement in American history. And 75 days ago, we achieved the most epic political victory our country has ever seen. That's what they say. We won the popular vote for the first time of any Republican in many, many years. We swept all 7 swing states by big numbers. We won Pennsylvania, we won Georgia, we won North Carolina, we won Michigan, we won Wisconsin, we won Arizona, we won Nevada. We won them all by historic margins, and we won the great state of Florida by 13 points. Nobody's done that ever. And a record that will never be broken. All 50 states shifted toward the Republican Party, the first time that that's ever happened. All 50 states. We won the largest number of African-American voters in Republican Party history. We won more Hispanic-American votes than any Republican has ever gotten before by a lot. And we won Latino men and women, and on top of that, youth, men, women, urban, suburban, rural, and people from everywhere in between are joining us in record numbers. We've never had anything like this. Too big to rig, that's what I used to say. Too big to rig. We made it too big. Oh, and they tried. They tried. It was too big. Around 9:02, they just said, let's get the hell out of here. This isn't working. They were swamped, to put it nicely. We also took back the U.S. Senate. We had some great people running. And the House Republicans won their largest popular vote majority in presidential year since 1928. We had a lot of people voting. So the Senate, the House Republicans, we got all 3 of them. A little bit close on those 2. Senate's in great shape. House Republicans, actually, they both have great leaders. They both have great people heading. John Thune is fantastic. And if you look at Mike Johnson, he's got a pretty tight majority, but actually it's very tight, but it's very good because we vote unified. We're really voting unified, and so it doesn't make much difference. In the election of 2024, which will be the most consequential election in American history, we not only won a mandate, but we built a new American majority that will lead our country to unparalleled success for generations to come. That's what we want to do. And someday, in 30 years from now, 40 years from now, 50 years from now, some of these young people are going to say, I remember Donald Trump, he did a good job. He set us on his way. He told us, he gave us a path. Our new administration will inherit disasters at home and abroad, an economy plagued by inflation and high interest rates, a catastrophic border crisis. Nobody can believe they let people in. They have an open border policy. Do you think that makes sense? Open borders. Anybody wants to. Jails, prisons, mental institutions, gangs being emptied right through that ugly open border, a government that cannot care for its citizens in a time of emergency. Look at what's happening in Los Angeles. Look at what's happening in North Carolina. They've treated them so badly. In a planet on the brink of World War III. It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. But starting tomorrow, I will act with historic speed and strength and fix every single crisis facing our country. We have to do it. We're not going to have a country yet. Before even taking office, You are already seeing results that nobody expected to see. Everyone is calling it I don't want to say this, it's too braggadocious, but we'll say it anyway. The Trump effect. It's you're the effect. Since the election, the stock market has surged and small business optimism has soared a record 41 points to a 39-year high. Bitcoin has shattered one record high after another.
Talk about crypto. Come on.
The major investment company known as DeMat, the properties, has announced that it will be investing between $20 and $40 billion in the United States, and SoftBank, another great company, has pledged between $100 and $200 billion. These are all investments that are only being made because of the fact that we won the election. Can create jobs for hundreds of thousands, even millions of Americans. Today I spoke with Tim Cook of Apple. He said they're going to make a massive investment in the United States because of our big election win. And as of today, TikTok is back.
Oof. I didn't really care about TikTok.
So, you know, I did a little TikTok thing. We have a guy, TikTok Jack. He's a young kid, like 21 years old. And we hired this guy, and I went on TikTok. Can you believe what I'll do to win an election? And we went on TikTok, and Republicans have never won the young vote, the youth vote. They win a lot of votes, but they never won the youth vote. We won the youth vote by 36 points. So I like TikTok. I like it. I like it. I had a slightly good experience, wouldn't you say? Romney lost it by 40 points. Not so long ago, we won it by 36 points. That's a very big spread. But I said we need to save TikTok because we're talking about a tremendous... Who in this audience goes with TikTok? Many? Yeah, very popular. And frankly, we have no choice. We have to save it. A lot of jobs. We don't want to give our business to China. We don't want to give our business to other people. And I said, you know, TikTok without my approval, meaning the president's approval, because Congress gave the president the right to make a deal, do whatever he wants. And they did that a long time ago when they had a different president. They didn't know that I was going to be the president, I guess. So I said, very simply, a joint venture. So if TikTok is worth nothing, zero, without an approval. You know, if you don't approve, they're out of business, they're worth nothing. If you do approve, they're worth like $1 trillion. They're worth some crazy number. So I said, I'll approve, but let the United States of America own 50% of TikTok. I'm approving on behalf of the United States. So they'll have a partner, the United States, and they'll have a lot of bidders, and the United States will do what we call a joint venture. And there's no risk. We're not putting up any money. All we're doing is giving them the approval, without which they don't have anything. So I don't know. It sounds like that works. What do you think? Good? I think so. So whether you like TikTok or not, we're going to make a lot of money. Perhaps most beautiful of all, this week we achieved an epic ceasefire agreement as a first step toward lasting peace in the Middle East. And this agreement could only have happened as a result of our historic victory in November. That was some victory. Was that greatest? I don't even know which was greater, 2016 or this one. I think this one. Look, Honest Abe Lincoln. We have Honest Abe. We have Uncle Sam. You know, Uncle Sam shook my hand about 2 months ago. He's got the strongest grip I've ever. You are a strong man. I said, what the hell was that? But I'm glad to report that the first hostages have just been released. And who knows what's going to happen? I know that Biden is saying that they made the deal. Well, you know. I mean, that deal should have done. First of all, it would have never happened if I were president. Would have never happened. There was not even a thought of it. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hezbollah. They had no money for Hamas. They had no money. They were broke, totally broke, and they would have never done anything. But they did it, you know. I like to think back to the past. I said, if only the election weren't rigged, all the things that would have happened that would have been so good, but it was. We're not going to let that happen again. I want to thank my friend Steve Witkoff, who I think is here. I know he made a beautiful speech. I heard he made a great speech. But he's an amazing guy. I said, I got to get myself a negotiator. We have to get a good negotiator. A lot of guys are knowledgeable, but they can't negotiate. They don't have the personality or whatever. And Steve does, and Steve's a great negotiator, very successful guy. But he's our new special envoy to the Middle East for helping reach this great breakthrough, and really couldn't have been done without Steve. Where is Steve Witkoff? Is he around here someplace? Because he was so great. There he is. Hello, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. What a job. Our incoming administration has achieved all of this in the Middle East in less than 3 months without being president. We've achieved more without being president than they've achieved in 4 years with being president. But just imagine all of the good things that we will accomplish together with 4 more years in the White House, and we're going to do a lot of things. You're going to see something tomorrow. You're going to see executive orders that are going to make you extremely happy.
I'm excited.
Lots of them.
Let's bring him on.
We have to set our country on the proper course. By the time the sun sets tomorrow evening, the invasion of our borders will have come to a halt, and all the illegal border trespassers will in some form or another be on their way back home. Think of it. We've allowed millions and millions of people into our country through open borders, no checks, no vetting, no anything. Millions and millions of people. And lots of those people are murderers. 52% of them killed more than one person. Other than that, they're quite fine. They're nice people. These are rough people. Remember, I used to say these people are rough. And they would say, no, no, these are illegal immigrants. They're very safe. I said, they're not safe. Look at what's happened with Venezuela, where they're sending these gangs in and they're taking over apartment complexes in Colorado and then cutting off the fingers of a man who had the nerve and desire to call the police. He said, you want to call the police? Bah, guess what? You have no fingers. These are rough people, and they're getting the hell out of our country. They're out. The border security measures I will outline in my inaugural address tomorrow will be the most aggressive, sweeping effort to restore our borders the world has ever seen. You know, we had the best, safest border in the history of our country. You remember that with the great chart that I put up. I don't even know if they have that chart now. Maybe they do. These guys are good. Maybe they do. Who that? I don't know. I didn't tell them I was going to do this. I didn't tell, but we have some very good people, but I didn't say. But we had a chart, and I looked to my right, and then they said, ooh, that was it. That hurt. What the hell was that? I still have that throbbing feeling in my ear. Oh, there it is. Look at it. These people are amazing. I didn't tell them I was doing that. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's all over the place. I love that. That is the most beautiful piece of paper I've ever seen in my life. But if you look at that chart, and you look at the red arrow on the bottom, that's the single lowest we ever had in history, at least recorded history, of illegals pouring into our country. We had done a great job, and then they took over, and look what happened. It's like an Elon Musk rocket ship going up. That reminds me of Elon, his rocket ships. Look at that. Look at the difference. And it just continued and continued, and we're taking in people that shouldn't be here. They come in from prisons, from jails. They shouldn't be here. Mental institutions. I used to mention, and the press would always excoriate me, I'd say, The late, great Hannibal Lecter came into our country today. Silence of the Lambs. Everybody see that movie? Lovely movie. And when people went to the voter booth, they said, we don't want Hannibal Lecter in our country. The press would say, why is he bringing up Hannibal Lecter? That was a fictitious character. Actually, they're not so fictitious. We have people in our country that are probably worse that we allowed in. But we will quickly reestablish control of our sovereign territory and borders. We will expel every single illegal alien, gang member, and migrant criminal operating on American soil and remove the savage gang Tren de Aragua from the United States. Here's a little video for you to see about this gang. Go ahead.
Deadly consequences.
Border crisis. Record high crossings are putting a strain on cities across America.
It is a full-blown invasion.
Armed Venezuelan gang members storming an apartment complex in
I
Aurora,
remember that.
Colorado.
When people talk about lack of crime, this is what they're talking about.
San Antonio, Texas, just one of the latest cities to have apartment complexes taken over by members of the Venezuelan gang.
Biden and Harris had created a program to bring them in under humanitarian parole.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals.
More than 13,000 illegal immigrants convicted of murder have been released into the United States.
My 20-year-old daughter, Kayla Hamilton, was murdered in her own room. Kayla's murderer was apprehended by Border Patrol crossing illegally into the U.S.
Kayla's murderer had been improperly released into the United States.
Abolish ICE. Yeah, we need to probably think about starting from scratch.
More than a dozen people suspected of being Tren de Aragua gang members right here in San Antonio.
The gang members had been terrorizing the apartment complex.
New details in the murder of Laken Riley. The illegal immigrant suspect, who cops say committed the heinous murder, is a Venezuelan national.
And was paroled and released into the country by the Biden administration.
If they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened.
Two men investigators say are in the country illegally from Venezuela are charged with capital murder and the death of Jocelyn Nungaray.
Martinez and Angel wrapped his arms around Jocelyn's neck, took off her pants, and climbed on top of her. Later strangled Jocelyn to death and then tied up her hands and feet.
Court documents suggest a group of men arrested for beating and robbing a Dallas woman last month are members of a Venezuelan street gang.
The men threatened to cut off her fingers if she did not cooperate. Manuel Hernandez was booked by Colleyville police just 2 days earlier and released the day before the robbery.
A Peruvian gang leader who is wanted for 23 murders, who was arrested by Border Patrol near Roma, Texas, then released into America.
That's what we allowed in, and they're nice people compared to some of them. They're nicer than others. These are really vicious people, gang members, and many, many people from prisons. And crime all over the world is down. You know why? Because they got their criminals into the United States of America. You look at Venezuela, they've emptied their prisons into our country. Many other places the same. I would have done the same if I headed up any of the countries. I know most of those guys are smart. They're leaders. They are smart, streetwise people. As soon as I heard they were going to have open borders, I said, if you do that, every prison all over the world is going to be emptied out into our country. They come in from the Congo. The Congo's big on emptying their prisons. The only thing good about it is they make our criminals look like really nice people. These people are vicious people all over the world, not just South America, all over the world they come. From mental institutions and from jails and prisons. With our actions tomorrow, my administration will deliver justice for every family whose loved one has been stolen from them by migrant crime, including Laken Riley, Rachel Morin, Jocelyn Nungaray, Kayla Hamilton, and every other precious American soul that we have lost to these animals. Their memories will live in the hearts forever, in our hearts forever, and we will never, ever forget them. And their contribution, I told their mothers who were devastated, their parents, their fathers, they're devastated. They'll never be the same. They'll never be the same. But I said, your daughter has made a major contribution. Your son has made a major contribution. There are hundreds and even thousands of victims of this horrible atrocity. And you add those numbers to the numbers of crime that we're already going through the roof, and it's something that you wouldn't even believe. Do you remember I did the debate and I had David Muir from ABC saying, no, crime has gone down. I said, no, it's gone through the roof. Crime has gone through the roof, David. No, crime has gone down. I said, it's gone through the roof. And then he goes, I disagree with that. The next day they announced that crime was up like 40%. This guy is, the whole thing is it's so bad. You can't even imagine how anybody could be for these things of, think of it, open borders, prisons, and mental institutions, men playing in women's sports, transgender for everyone. Transgender. And very soon we'll begin the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even larger than President Dwight Eisenhower, who has the record right now. And we're going to end the Biden war on American energy and unleash our energy resources to quickly defeat inflation and achieve the lowest cost of energy and electricity on Earth. And we're going to be using our emergency powers to allow countries and entrepreneurs and people with a lot of money build big plants, AI plants. We need double the energy that we already have, and it's going to end up being more than that. And we're going to slash the regulations, environmental regulations that are really put in there in order to stop progress in this country. We're going to also slash something else, the waste in our bloated federal bureaucracy. We will create the new Department of Government Efficiency, headed by a gentleman named Elon Musk, who's here someplace. I don't know where the hell he is. He's here someplace.
Oh, there he is.
Come here, Elon. Did you see his rocket yesterday? It was captured. And X is with him. X. Come on, Elon, say a couple of words.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Sorry, little X just followed me on the stage here. He's a very enthusiastic supporter, as you can see.
He's not gonna jump for us.
So we're looking.
Couldn't take the memes.
We're looking forward to making a lot of changes, and this victory is the start, really. What matters going forward is to actually make significant changes, cement those changes, and set the foundation for America to be strong for a century, for centuries, forever. So, and make America great again. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna do great things here. Thank you.
Thank you, Elon. I always say we have to be protective of our geniuses because we don't have too many, but that one is a good one. Now, I watched his rocket come down about 3 months ago, and I thought it was crashing. I was talking to somebody on the phone. By the way, same thing happened yesterday. It came down, and it was captured so beautifully. It came down, it's tumbling, it's a mess, it's going down. I say, oh, look at that thing, that's a disaster. And then it gets like a couple of miles away from Earth, and all of a sudden, the engines start going on, the things start, and then I see it coming in and landing in the gantry, and I'm watching it, I'm saying, oh, it's gonna crash, oh, but those engines came out and they blew the fire all over the place. And all of a sudden, those two big arms came and hugged it like you would hug your little baby. And that sucker landed it. Nobody's been able to do that but him. And he's a great guy. And we have him and Vivek and some great people working on a thing called costs. And he's got the credibility to do it, too. We're going to do things that are really amazing. But he went out to Pennsylvania after that. He landed that rocket nobody had ever seen. By the way, China can't do it. Russia can't do it or come close. It will be 10 years before they can do it. And the U.S. can't do it except for him. And it's pretty amazing. But he did that, and then he journeyed to Pennsylvania, where he spent like a month and a half campaigning for me in Pennsylvania. And he's a popular guy, and he was very effective. And he knows those computers better than anybody, all those computers, those vote-counting computers. And we ended up winning Pennsylvania like in a landslide, so it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So thank you to Elon. And his son's name, who's cute as a button, his son's name is X. He's the only guy who could get away with the name X. But his son is a great guy. One thing we know, his son is smart. If you believe in the racehorse theory, he's got a nice, smart son. But thank you very much to Elon and everybody. We've had so much help. Every radical and foolish executive order of the Biden administration will be repealed within hours of when I take the oath of office. Oh, you're going to have a lot of fun watching television tomorrow. Somebody said yesterday, sir, don't sign so many in one day. Let's do it over a period of weeks. I said, like hell, we're going to do it over weeks. We're going to sign them at the beginning.
Damn. They're coming. That's crazy.
You know that old story. Let's do it later, then it never gets done. No, we're doing them tomorrow. And we'll have plenty to sign in the future. Don't worry about it. It's not going to stop. But we're going to stop the destructive and divisive diversity, equity, and inclusion mandates all across the government and private sector and return our country to the merit system. You know, the Supreme Court ruled that the United States is allowed to go by the merit system, which is what made us great in the first place. That was a big ruling that a lot of people don't even know about, but it was a big, tremendous ruling. And you're focusing on character, competence, and qualifications in all hiring decisions. Now you're allowed to go by competence and ability and genius. You don't have to hire somebody to send up one of his rocket ships that doesn't know anything about what's happening. As a first step toward restoring transparency and accountability to government, we will also reverse the overclassification of government documents, and in the coming days, we are going to make public remaining records relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, his brother Robert Kennedy, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and other topics of great public interest. It's all going to be released, Uncle Sam.
Should be interesting.
And I will direct our military to begin construction of the great Iron Dome missile defense shield, which will all be made in the USA. And we will get wokeness the hell out of our military immediately and make it like it used to be. Take a look at this.
You little scumbag! I got your name! I got your ass! You will not laugh! You will not cry! You will learn by the numbers!
Happy Pride. Happy Pride Month, and actually, let's declare it a summer of pride.
So you're a killer? Sir, yes, sir! Let me see your war face! Sir, you got a war face? Ah! That's a war face! Now let me see your war face! Ah! Bullshit! You didn't convince me! Let me see your real war face! Ah! You will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death, praying for war. But until that day, you are puke. You are the lowest form of life on earth. You are not even human fucking beings. You are nothing but unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit.
How to abracadabra, these bitches know I got answers. answers the way I.
It looks to me like the best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up as the brown stain on the mattress.
I love working for Uncle Sam. I love working for Uncle Sam. Lets me know just who I am. Lets me know just who I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps. 1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps.
Thank you. So we won 2 world wars with that. And that's the way it's going to be. The American people have given us their trust, and in return, we're going to give them the best first day, the biggest first week, and the most extraordinary first 100 days of any presidency in American history. To implement this historic agenda, I've assembled an all-star cabinet of patriots and visionaries and reformers who will fight for America, and together we will win, win, win for America. To restore the spirit of American Armed Forces, I have appointed Pete Hegseth as our next Secretary of Defense. Where's Pete? Where's Pete? Pete's here someplace. Where is he? Good job, Pete. They like you, Pete. Thanks, Pete. They like him. To bring back integrity to our intelligence community, Tulsi Gabbard will be our next Director of National Intelligence. To make America healthy again, we will have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services. To end the weaponization of our government and restore the impartial rule of law. Oh, this is so important. She's so incredible. Pam Bondi will be an outstanding Attorney General. She's going to do an incredible job. She will do an incredible job, and she's working with another person who's going to be unbelievable at the FBI, Kash Patel. And tomorrow, everybody in this very large arena will be very happy with my decision on the J6 hostages. Very happy. I think you'll be very, very happy. I would say about 99.9% in this beautiful arena. And by the way, I want to thank the owners of this arena. They are great. They're up here someplace in one of those beautiful boxes. And their team is doing very well, and Ovechkin is a great player, right? But I want to thank Ted and all of the owners for allowing this to take place. It was really great. And thank you. It's a hell of an operation. Great place. Fantastic arena. Thank you, Ted. Thank you, everybody. At Homeland Security, we will have a tough leader in Kristi Noem, and we will have an outstanding Secretary of Transportation in Sean Duffy, Congressman Sean Duffy. Great people. And we're going to win so much that Governor Burgum of the Interior, you know Governor Burgum, one of the best governors in the country, is in charge of Department of the Interior, and the hottest man anywhere in the world for energy. When I announced him, people couldn't believe it. You didn't hear of him, but if you're in the energy business, he's considered the absolute best. Mr. Chris Wright of the Energy Department. He's going to head up the Energy Department. He's the hottest guy, and there is anybody in the energy business. They said, I can't believe you got Chris Wright. And a man named Marco Rubio is going to be our great future Secretary of State.
Just want to hear about some crypto.
And Howard Lutnick Sputnik, a tremendous success on Wall Street, is going to be our Secretary of Commerce. They have to go through these drills, but they're going to, and I want to thank the Republican senators. They've been doing great, and John Thune has been doing a great job in moving the process along quickly. We're going to have a lot of them hopefully approved very quickly. And a very special woman, Linda McMahon, is going to be our future Secretary of Education, which we're going to be giving back to the states. Let the state run education. I said to Linda, I said,
Did you see that guy's shirt?
I'm making you the Secretary of Education, but if you do a great job, you will put yourself out of a job because you're going to be sending it back to the states. And she's fantastic, and her staff, which has been largely hired, is fantastic. And all of the other leaders will come to me and they're going to say, do you remember I used to do this for fun? But it's really not fun, it's fact. Because we have to do some of best of, right? But they're going to come and say to me, sir, we're winning too much, sir. We can't take it anymore. We have to stop winning, sir. We can't do it. We're not used to winning in our country. And each one of them is going to say, every single one, sir, please, please, you're destroying our country. We're winning too much. Our country isn't prepared for this. They're not used to winning, sir. And I'll say, no, Linda and everybody, we're not going to stop winning. The people of our country want us to keep on winning, and we're going to go win like never, ever before. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to be doing it, Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is having a heart attack down here. Look at him. Uncle Sam is going wild. And they think I pay for these people. I have no idea who he is. All I know is he does. And there's Abe Lincoln. Thank you, honest Abe. I have no idea. I swear, I have no idea who the hell he is. But he looks like Abe. He's probably a little bit shorter, in all fairness. Abe was 6'6". He's a little bit shorter. He's about a foot shorter. Other than that, he's perfect. Thank you, Abe. In addition to the most talented cabinet ever assembled, and we think we're hearing things like that, we will be supported in our mission by countless wonderful American patriots. First, let me thank my incredible family, and I want to thank in particular somebody that headed up the Republican Party, along with Mike, the two of them, Lara Trump, who you saw before, who produced those two beautiful children. Lara Trump is unbelievable. She was the chairman of the Republican Party, and nobody ever said, oh, gee, it's a family member. They actually said, how the hell did you get her to do it? And she did a phenomenal job. We had a minimum of cheating. We watched them like a hawk. Where is Laura? Where the hell is she? But she did some job. See, she wants to be nice and quiet. She's here someplace. Thank you, Laura. Thank you very much, hon. She's phenomenal. The job she did, and her son, who was up. Didn't they do a beautiful job? The son and the daughter. How many young kids know that one? They don't know that one. But her husband is somebody I'm very proud of. He's doing a great job. He's been subpoenaed more than any human being in history, I believe. Every day he'd get a subpoena from Congress on something, oh, bullshit. But he'd get a subpoena. He's got a PhD in subpoenas. But he did a fantastic job. And Don, you know all about Don, how he did. He's great. He's very popular, too. He knows a lot about guns, I want to tell you that. We had, by the way, I have to tell you, we had great support from every gun group, including the NRA, which really worked hard. And Ivanka and Jared are here, and Tiffany and Michael are here, and Barron and my 10 incredible grandchildren, and another one coming through Tiffany. And of course, I want to thank our next Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance.
I haven't seen him for a minute.
There's a lot of people. Wherever the hell he is, he's here someplace. It's a lot of people. It's a little tough when you say, where is he? You know, you got a lot of people in here. But J.D. Vance has been extraordinary. And he's got an unbelievable wife, the Second Lady of the United States, Usha Vance. So, Usha, thank you very much. Beautiful couple, great people. We're also pleased to be joined tonight by Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. The Hulkster. One thing, it's not hard to find him. All he has to do is stand up and you say, there he is. But he's great. And Kid Rock, wow. Kid Rock is a friend of mine. He's a friend of mine for a long, long time. He did that thing on Budweiser. Budweiser will never be the same when he did the gun with a MAGA hat. That was the commercial that everybody saw. Also with us tonight is a great actor, tremendously talented guy, Jon Voight, who's great, and a friend of mine. And Sylvester Stallone is here. Great guy. And you know, I got Mel Gibson, Sylvester Stallone, and Jon Voight to become ambassadors to Hollywood, California, to put it back on track. So they're all ambassadors. You have to refer to them as ambassador, Mr. Ambassador. And a man who's got an army of young people, Charlie Kirk, is here. And I want to thank Charlie. Charlie is fantastic. I mean, this guy, don't believe the stuff when you hear the kids are liberal. They're not liberal. Maybe they used to be, but they're not anymore. You got to see how many people are for us. And I want to thank Megyn Kelly. She's been terrific. She's been really great. And Billy Ray Cyrus. And Lee Greenwood. Wow, has he been something. What a song and what a man. And you know, by the way, these microphones, you see the microphones? I said, what the hell are those microphones doing standing behind me? You're going to have a little special treat at the end of this speech. I don't want to tell you because you'll rush me off the stage. Get off the stage. But you have a little special treat, and I won't tell you, but let's put it this way. It's the people that 30 years ago had a hot song, never hit #1, hit #5. But 30 years later, it hit #1 week after week. And they're here to sing. They're here to sing. For you. And you won't recognize them. They're slightly larger than they used to be, but that's the way life goes.
Damn.
We can all tell you, that's the way life goes. There's nothing we can do about that. Sebastian Gorka, stand up, Sebastian. I see Sebastian there. There's a patriot. He's been with me through thick and thin, right, Sebastian? Now he's with the administration. Thank you. Great guy. And again, I want to thank Elon for what he did in Pennsylvania. He worked so hard. He worked so hard in Pennsylvania. Great guy, and a man who is a champion. A man who took something from nothing. Everybody said, this is something will never work. It's too violent. But he understood people. He said they like violence, unfortunately, right? But a man who understood fighting better than any man ever. There's never been anything like this. What Dana White did with the UFC and building it into a monster sport franchise. So I want to thank Dana White of USC for being here. And Dana, you've done a job like nobody could have done. Thank you. He's a great guy and a friend of mine. A great friend of mine. He's a tough cookie. You want him on your side at all times. Every one of those people you want on your side. And we have dozens of other celebrities and everything, but we're going to get back to what we're doing. But I do want to say, in the audience, we have many governors, many senators, many members of Congress, and other distinguished guests, far too many to name, unless you'd like me to name them. No? Do you want me to name governors, senators, and congresspeople? No. I thought you were going to say that. Sorry, governors. No, but we appreciate all of the love that we've gotten from them. I'll tell you, our House and our Senate Republicans have been unbelievable, and the governors are unbelievable, the job they're doing. of the crime-ridden cities, the top 25, every single one of them is run by a Democrat. Does that tell you something? We don't have problems in the Republican cities. Tonight, I also want to send our love to everyone affected by the terrible wildfires raging in California. We're praying for you all. We love you all. We're going to be there very soon. I'm going to go out there on Friday to see it and to get it moving back. We're going to get some of the best builders in the world. We'll get it moving back. And I also want to pay my respects to the great people of North Carolina. You know, I won it every single time. And they've been treated very badly. FEMA almost didn't know it existed. And we're going to get North Carolina rocking and rolling, okay? We're going to get them rocking and rolling. They've been treated very badly as a state. Together we will rebuild Los Angeles better, more beautiful than ever before. We're going to get it going. We have the best builders in the world. It's the only people that could do it. Nobody else knows what the hell they're doing. And in 2028, the Los Angeles Olympics will be one of the great sporting events and patriotic celebrations in history. I was with Gianni, the head of the Olympics, and because of the wildfires, they're going to do a special job. They're going to really do something very special on the Olympics. And the opposite, some people said, oh, maybe the Olympics can't go there. It turned out just the opposite. They came to see me the other day, and the committee, and it's just the opposite. So the Olympics is great. And Johnny, for the others, you know, the World Cup, Johnny is the head of it. We had our top people, Wasserman. They all came in on the Olympics, and then I saw Johnny. And we got the World Cup, too. And, you know, it's only because they rigged the election that I'll be your president representing you there. You know, I got both of them. I got the Olympics, and I got the World Cup. And I said, you know, it's too bad. One was in 2026, and the other was in 2028. And I said, I won't be there. I won't be your president. But then they rigged the election, and now we won, so I'm going to be your president for the Olympics and for the World Cup. So, Johnny, thank you for the World Cup, and everybody, thank you for the Olympics. We're going to have a great time. We have another thing happening, 250 years, a celebration like no other. 250 years. And that's going to be taking place next year. So we have a lot of big events coming. And everything we do everything. We take it very, very seriously. But what do we do more than anything else? We put America first. And it all starts tomorrow when I raise my hand on the Bible to be sworn as we'll be sworn in tomorrow. We're all going to be sworn in together. That's the way I look at it. It's not me. It's you. Greatest of all time.
Nothing about crypto so far.
So we will be sworn in tomorrow. I'll be representing you as your 47th President of the United States. And just in conclusion, together, we're going to cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices, getting them back down, raise your wages, and bring thousands of factories back to the USA, right where they belong, and that'll be done through tariffs and smart policy. We will build American, we will buy American, and we will hire American. I will end the war in Ukraine, I will stop the chaos in the Middle East, and I will prevent World War III from happening, and you have no idea how close we are. We will crush violent crime in our cities and give our police the support, protection, resources, and respect they so dearly deserve. We will strengthen and modernize our military again. We did it. We rebuilt our entire military. And then they gave billions and billions of dollars of it to, you remember, to the Taliban. They gave it to the Taliban. They gave our military equipment, a big chunk of it, to the enemy. Do you know that we pay billions of dollars a year? Do you know this? Does anyone know this? To Afghanistan? Do you know that? And I say, if we're going to pay billions of dollars a year, tell them we're not going to give them the money unless they give back our military equipment that these poor, stupid people allowed for them to have. So we'll give them a couple of bucks. We want the military equipment back. We will rebuild our once great cities, including our capital in Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. And we want to make this city again safe. We don't want people coming to Washington and getting mugged, shot, killed. We're going to stop it. Law enforcement, and they have very good police here, but they have to be allowed to do their job. We're going to stop it. We're going to beautify it. We're going to make it the most beautiful capital in the world. We will teach our children to love our country, to honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag.
So far, what do you guys think?
And we will get critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our schools. And always remember, this is so easy, this will be done tomorrow. We will keep men out of women's sports. It's over. I will defend religious liberty. I will restore free speech, and I will defend the right to keep and bear arms. We're going to defend that. After years of building up foreign nations, defending foreign borders, and protecting foreign lands, we are finally going to build up our country, defend our borders, and protect our citizens. And we will stop illegal immigration once and for all. We will not be invaded. We will not be occupied. We will not be overrun. We will not be conquered. We will be a free and proud nation once again, and that will take place tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Everyone in our country will prosper, every family will thrive, and every day will be filled with opportunity and hope, and also filled with a thing called the American dream that you don't hear much about anymore. For the past 9 years, you and I fought side by side against the most sinister and corrupt forces on earth, and in our magnificent victory on November 5th, you showed them once and for all that this nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, and from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C. Our country was won and built by generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers, coal miners, police officers, and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle stand in their path. Nothing could get in their way. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built the great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and launched American astronauts to the moon. It was hardworking patriots like you who built this country, and 75 days ago on November 5th, it was hardworking patriots like you who saved our country. You saved our country. Now, after all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America's promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we all love so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never back down, and we will never, ever, ever, ever surrender. We will fight, 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 and we will win, win, win. And together, We will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again.
We're gonna get rich, guys.
America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What a great victory for everybody. Thank you, America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, so ton of executive orders incoming. Let's see what Patty had to say. Patty says, well, in my opinion, he is speaking to the majority. I think the Dems lost it when they appeared to be catering to the minority when it came to issues across the U.S., while the majority was either criticized or demeaned. It isn't Republican people. The people in the U.S. are not concerned with LGBTQ concerns and crime concerns, but these issues seem to be small compared to the big issues the U.S. was facing. I completely agree. You have people stealing and running into Apple stores and robbing them, and just craziness happening on subways, and the last thing we care about is LGBTQ concerns, because they can get married, they can do whatever they want already. Like, they're not being infringed on. Patty says, but this is only my opinion. Well, I agree with you. Grace says, we the people love President Trump. I'm very optimistic, Grace. I'm really hoping that he's going to come in here and he's going to make our lives easier. I was really hoping he was going to say something about crypto, and my crypto bags were going to pump and I'm going to get super wealthy and buy a house. But unfortunately that didn't happen. Maybe something tomorrow in a executive order. We'll see. I'm just optimistic. I really am. I think some good things are to come. Patty says, roger that. Common sense needs to come back to politics. And I feel like we're getting there. Even a lot of the news where you would normally see them bashing him, you don't really see a whole lot of that anymore. You definitely still see it, but we've definitely seen a turn in politics where before people were very hardcore Democrat, and now I feel like the majority is pretty much Republican. I think that's all we can be right now, is optimistic. I'm an independent, but I did vote for Trump. I didn't vote, but I probably would have voted for Trump. Just saying there. But he's got the village people out here. I think he said that was the original village people too. So, and he made a comment that they were like much fatter. They're really not that fat. By American standards at least. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be epic. Tomorrow, just for the fact that it's gonna be exciting. Maybe you don't even agree with some of these executive orders that are coming out, but reading the things that he wants to do is interesting to me and exciting. I don't know what kind of changes are coming. He kind of hinted at him here, the things that he wants to do, and I'm just looking forward to it. I'll be at work, unfortunately, at noon when he gets inaugurated, but maybe I can like sneak in and look at the news just to see what's going on. If that is the real village people and they're up there doing that, then they are in good shape. The village people would be in their 70s and 80s now. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But he did say that was the original people. I mean, he's not like hopping around. You can see the singer. He's clearly old and just like this lady. You can see they're definitely older. And he's not like, they're not doing gymnastics or anything. So, but they look good for their age. He was saying they were like fat pieces of shit. And I don't see that. They're just old. Let's see, what are you saying? But yeah, I'm gonna log off. I've been doing this for like over almost 4 hours, so I'm gonna try to get back into streaming. The only thing that stops me is working, but my plan is to start doing this again. So thank you guys for hanging out and watching that with me. I thought it was interesting to see what he was gonna do. So good run. All right, I will see you guys.